we can okay. I hope your problem or the issue related to the continuous lectures or the splitting of lectures and the data usage may get solved soon. Anyway, we have started going through the first female in India, right? So very first we have gone through in this particular case by the title first woman president, and that is Pratibha Patil. Let's quickly recap the things which we have gone through. Then the first woman prime minister, obviously Indira Gandhi. Then the first woman governor of any of the states in India, that is Sarojini Naidu for the state Uttar Pradesh. First woman chief minister of any of the states is Sucheta Kripalani. Again, that is for the same state, that's Uttar Pradesh. First woman union minister, right, which is Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, and the same is the first health minister of India. Then the first woman president of Indian National Congress, that is Annie Besant, which was in 1917, which she had become the president of the Indian National Congress, right? Then the first woman judge in Supreme Court, so that is Fatima Bibi. Then first woman chief justice of any of the high courts in India, that is Leela Seth, who was again the first woman judge of Delhi High Court, right? And the first woman chief justice, she was appointed to the Himachal Pradesh High Court, right? And keep in mind, she was the responsible for the equal rights to the daughters in the joint family properties. The next we have considered in this row was the first woman speaker of Lok Sabha, and that was Meera Kumar, elected unopposed. Then the first woman speaker of any of the state assemblies is Shamnav Devi, who was the speaker of the state assembly of the state Haryana, right, or Haryana Legislative Assembly, had India's first woman speaker for any of the state assemblies. Then the first woman president of United Nations General, that is General Assembly, that is Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. Right? That was the 8th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Then we have gone through the first woman lawyer, Cornelia Sorabji. Then this Cornelia Sorabji is the first who had practiced in both, right, that is in India as well as in Britain. Then the first lady Miss World, that is Rita Faria Powell, right, who is basically who was also the Asian woman, the first Asian woman to win this, right, Miss India, Miss Mumbai, and basically a doctor. Then in this particular case, we have also considered the first woman ambassador, C.B. Muthamma, who is the first to clear ICS, first to join Indian Foreign Services, first woman diplomat, and the first woman, or the first high commissioner, right, first woman high commissioner. Then the first woman pilot, particularly first woman solo pilot in Indian Air Force, Harita Kaur Deol, right? So Harita Kaur Deol is India's first woman solo pilot in Indian Air Force. India's first woman lieutenant general. Excuse me. India's first woman lieutenant general, Punita Arora, and the same lady is the first woman vice admiral for Indian Navy. And the first woman air marshal of Indian Air Force is Padmavati Bandyopadhyay. So altogether, these different ladies we have considered as rather these were the first women of India, right? Of different. Now we can go through the another titles in this particular case, which we have uh, started looking into. So, if you consider the names, right, which have been remained, so in this case, we can consider the next is the chairperson of the Indian Airlines, right? First woman chairperson of Indian Airlines, and the name is Sushma Chawla. Sushma Chawla. So she has joined the Indian Airlines as a management trainee in long back in 1971. Then she had become the director of it, right? And then she was again the first woman director of the Indian Airlines, and that year was 1996, and in 2005 she has become the chairperson and the managing director of the Indian Airlines, right? So Indian Airlines is the first woman chairman of the Indian Airlines is Sushma Chawla, right? So first woman director. She was the first woman director and chair person and managing director in 2005. So, MD of the Indian Airlines, right? And she has started her career in 1971 in this as management trainee in these, right? She had a dream of becoming the pilot, right, for or the commercial pilot, and anyhow she could have served in this particular case, which we can consider. The next is about the same, but now in the category of the pilot. So first woman airline pilot. Right. So first woman Air Force pilot we have seen, right? Good Mandar, and the name is Durba Banerjee. Durba Banerjee. Right. So she had become or she had joined it in 1956, and she had a record till date. That record is about most flying hours. Most of you might be aware about this particular thing, right? So your service in the as a pilot is not in the days or is not in the months. It is always in the hours, right? So she had 18,500 hours, right? So more than 18,500 hours she had flied, right? And that is the record of most flying hours by a pilot, which we can consider, right? So this would be the case. Now here we will have altogether 3-4 names, sorry, 3-4 titles, but the same name, and that is the first woman to receive Bharat Ratna. Fine. Then again in this category, sorry, another title for the same name, you must have got the name of name for this, right? So I will write the first woman prime minister to lose the election. Keep in mind, right? So first Indian woman to get the Bharat Ratna, and first woman to lose, first woman prime minister to lose the elections. And you know, name is the same name, that is nothing but India's first woman prime minister, right? So yes, Indira Gandhi. Next we can consider here is the first woman to receive Jnanpith Award one of the prestigious awards, right? And the name is Ashapurna Devi. Yes, Ashapurna Devi. She was a Bengali novelist and poet who got the Jnanpith Award. Right. So here I will just tell you, this is the Jnanpith Award is one of the most prestigious awards in the field of literature, right? And prior to Jnanpith Award, she had also got Sahitya Akademi's fellowship. This is also Sahitya Academy Fellowship. That was in 1994. So we will be seeing something about or in detail about the Jnanpith Award when we will go into the session of Olympic medal winner. Yes, Mandar Aditya. And the name is Karnam Malleshwari. Karnam Malleshwari. So, right, so this is M. Anyway, that's good sign. So she had won the bronze medal, right, for 240 kg. She was a wrestler, right, weightlifter, right, sorry. In weightlifting, in the category of 240 kg weightlifting, she got the bronze medal, and that Olympic was of 2000. Right. So another point of question can be, let's say, where this Olympic must have been, right? So it was already, of course, it was at Sydney, right, in Australia, and year was 2000, right? Then 240 kg weight lifting, so category of it, right? Then what comes, or what other title comes with the same name? So Karnam Malleshwari was also awarded by a prestigious award called Rajiv Gandhi in prior to this Olympic, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, right? That was in 1999, and in the same year, right? Sorry, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, right? And in the same year, she had also Padma Shri, right? So she got Padma Shri in 1999. From my side, I think everything is fine. And if any problem could be there, then I must have informed by Rushikesh sir. So why don't you check from your side? Yes. Thank you, Danish. Just a minute, I will put something. So, okay. This was about the Karnam Malleshwari's
Person who has network issue, please rejoin the session by disconnecting.
So first woman, yes, that is the best option. Those who are having that particular issue and could not solve till, they can follow the instruction. The next one in this, first woman to receive Ashok Chakra. You know now about this particular award, right, or the recognition. And the answer is Neeraja Bhanot. Right, you must have seen the film, Bollywood film, Neeraja. So who was Neeraja Bhanot? Basically, she was Indian model and pursuer for airline, and the plane was hijacked, Pan AM Flight 73, right? So Pan AM Flight 73, right? So this was hijacked at Karachi, right? And in that particular, she was she was in that particular plane. That she was serving there, right? And in 1986, I think 5th of September 1986, she died in that. And right, for that particular bravery, see, which is of the field, right? So you know the highest award for the gallantry shown in the of the field is Ashok Chakra, and for that she got that particular award. So she was the first woman to receive, as well as one more title, right? She hold, that is the youngest recipient of Ashok Chakra, right? So youngest recipient. So India's first woman to receive Ashok Chakra is the Neeraja Bhanot, right? So these are some of the things which you have considered, right, in this particular case. Now, you know, the India's first woman ruler. You must have learned it. It might be in your history, right? And the name is Razia. Yes, Sultan. Yes, Aditya. Right. So Razia Sultan. Right. So this is the case which we have considered. Now, very simple or very small change. First Indian woman, purposefully I am writing this. First Indian woman as what we can consider. What name I should write? Yeah. I can call it as chairperson, right? Or okay, first Indian woman as president. Okay, I got the perfect one. President of Indian National Congress. Anybody? Okay. Someone else? No? You know the answer, but Akshay, it is not, because see, her birth was far later, and you know Indian National Congress started in 18 85, right? So, but answer you have gone through, and I think I must have told something about that particular. No, Annie Besant was in 1917, right? So what I said here I have written purposefully the word Indian. Anyway, someone had, I think Akshay had, Karthik had also, now Akshay got the answer, right? In this, Akshay has written already earlier about Indira Gandhi. So no doubt she had been also the president of the Indian National Congress, I think 4 times, right? So that is fine. Karthik, actually prior to that or prior to this, okay, fine. So first Indian woman as president of Indian National Congress, and that was in 1925, right? And the name is Sarojini Naidu, right? So what, why I have written purposefully, right? So Annie Besant has come from other, let's say, country, started working with, and by her work or because of her work, right? she could have been the president of Congress, right? So that is the case, but here it's not, right? So in this particular case, this will be the thing, right? After this, no doubt, Indira Gandhi was there first, I think, in 1956. I guess very first. Let me exactly. Yes, 1956. Indira Gandhi had become the president of Indian National Congress. Subsequently, she could have been a president of the Congress. I think again for so many years. I think continuously from 78 to 83, and I think in 83 again, for 84 again she was the president. So that was the case which we can consider. Anyway, next woman in this row, 27, 28. So you can go through the different things, right? So first woman to first woman to get the Nobel Prize, and I know everyone of you must be knowing it, right? Yes, it's Mother Teresa, right? Mother Teresa. I will not talk much more about it. I know some of you must have written something or some of the books on this great lady, right? Mother Teresa. Then next we can see in this particular case, that is the Miss Earth, right? So first, yes, Rushabna, first woman Miss Earth, and the name is, anybody? Nicole Faria, right? In 2010, she had become the Miss Earth, Nicole Faria. Basically, she is the Indian actress, model, and now the winner of the Miss Earth 2010. So currently she is working in the Bollywood, right? Or in fact modeling in the industry. So that is the case which we can is, you know, first woman Miss, no, as far as I got the information, right, I could not find such kind of relationship with the Rita Faria. So first woman, sorry, see, I have written what in the universe, right? So first woman Miss Universe. Now in this, you know, the name is no doubt Sushmita Sen, right? So Sushmita Sen is the first woman Miss Universe. When did she became in 1994, and in the same year she had also Miss India, right? So at the age of 18 only, she had crowned these titles, right? So the first Indian woman to win the competition, right, of Miss Universe, which we can consider. And subsequently she has started working in the in the Bollywood, right? So this is the case which we can consider. Fine. Next, we can have in this category is first woman IAS. Anybody? Mandar, my question is about IAS. Anyway, that I'm going to write next one, that is IPS. And for that, your answer is correct. Right. Anyway, Akshay, I think it's not Rajan, it is Rajam, right? So name is Anna Rajam. Now Anna Rajam Malhotra. So what we can consider? She yes, she was the first Indian IAS, first woman IAS officer, right? To hold this, or the first woman to hold this position as IAS officer, belonging to, I will write it here, belonging to 1951's batch, right? And then she married with her batchmate, whose name was Aryan Malhotra, and therefore now her name can be Anna Rajam, or you can write it here again, Malhotra, right? I think she passed away 1.5 years back. So Anna Rajam Malhotra was India's first woman IAS officer. Now, you know this answer, but I mean, I'm just listing that particular first woman IPS. And it says Kiran Bedi. Fine. Next, we can have in this, see, already the titles or the names well, so need not to emphasize more. So our here our motive is here to know the or to remember these names, which are really important as far as our topic, first woman in India, is concerned, right? So you are going to face at least one question, keep in mind. So whatever may be the titles or whatever may be the names along with their titles coming up, you must know all these things, right? Same cases about the woman, same cases about the male, right? The female and male. Fine. So this will be the case. Now, first woman Indian. Yes, that will be coming up. I think after finishing this, we will be going for male. So first woman Indian Army officer. First woman Indian Army officer. As we have yesterday seen, the Kaur, right? Deol, as the first solo IF pilot. Okay. Of the same batch, we can consider the first Indian woman army officer, and the name is Priya Jhingan. Priya Jhingan. See, Priya Jhingan is an Indian Army officer, right? And a lady cadet number 1. So she is the silver medalist of the first batch of 25 officers uh, trained at Officers Training Academy, right? So, Shreyas, I think I have good connectivity. Right? If anybody have put video on, please put it off, because unnecessarily it is consuming our bandwidth. Fine. So the first 25 ladies commissioned in Indian Army, that is in 1993. You know, the Priya Jhingan was a daughter, or rather, as a daughter of a police officer, and initially she wanted to join Indian Police Service, but later on decided to go to the Indian Army, and so she had written to the then Chief of Army Staff, General Sunit Francis, to allow her to join the Indian Army, right, in 1992 I'm talking. So her request was accepted in 1992, and for training, and it was decided that the training will be given at the Officers Training Academy. And in the same year, the inception of the ladies in the armed forces was started, and you know, it has happened in the very next. Okay, so actually, Indian Armed Forces have the ladies in the services from 1993, right? So okay, so this was the case which we can consider. Fine. Next, what I can write, just writing only title. You are you must be hearing this name first time, so I will write lady cadet, lady cadet number 1, silver medalist of the first batch, right? So this may help you in remembering her name. Next, we can have in this is about the first woman to climb the Mount Everest. Right, Mount Everest. So I think you already knowing the name. Yes, that is Bachendri Pal. Bachendri Pal. Rushikesh sir, do you have something?
Yes, sir. Your page is paused on my screen.
But since I got the answer by students, so I think it is not paused for others. Someone else can send us the feedback whether page is paused. Yes, I think
Yes, sir.
Mandar is saying
At my side that issue. Okay, sir.
yes, yes. Okay, anyway, fine. Chandrasekhar, good. The next one, which we can, thank you, Shreyas, thank you, Shubham. Right, thank you, Ajinkya. Anyway, so first woman to climb. Now, the first woman to climb the same. Okay, okay, anyway. So it might have happened, right? So, first woman to climb the Mount Everest twice. I hope you know the same, you know the answer again, right? And 1993. Fine. But she was not the first. Bachandri Pali is the first. Obviously, her climbing year must be prior to this one. That is exactly 1984. Fine. So these were the two things which are always associated. So first woman to climb, and then the first woman to climb the same for 2 times. Right? That is twice, which we can consider. Right. Now, in this case, first woman to get Bharat Ratna. Sorry, first woman musician, because first woman Bharat Ratna is already done. Musician to get Bharat Ratna. Yes, Mandar, and the name is M.S. Subbu Lakshmi. Right. So Subbu Lakshmi, right, was an Indian Carnatic singer. She was from Tamil Nadu, and she was the first musician ever to be awarded as Bharat Ratna. Right. So India's highest civilian honor, you know, right? That is Bharat Ratna. She was also a recipient of the Raman Magsaysay Award. Right. Also a recipient of Raman Magsaysay Award. You know, which is considered as Asia's Nobel Prize, right? So Asia's Nobel Prize is nothing but Raman Magsaysay. She was the first woman to perform in United Nations General Assembly. Right? So long back in the 1970s, I think exactly 1966, she had performed in the let's say Madurai. Yes, yes, exactly. The MS stands for Madurai Shanmukha Wadiu. Right? So middle name is very big one. I was talking about her performance, or the first woman to perform in the United Nations General Assembly, right? So this is the first musician to get the Bharat Ratna Award, right? The next we can consider here is, you know, again one more lady, right? And you might have, I hope, studied in your academics somewhere. So first woman to go to or space or into the space, right? Her name is Kalpana Chawla, right? Next we can consider here is, right, yes, obviously that is next to Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams is there, right? So in this particular case, the next title is, or the, okay, we can consider title, no doubt. The next title is the first Indian woman to win Booker Prize. So first understand what is this Booker Prize, right? And the name is Arundhati Roy. Yes, Mandar. Right. So Arundhati Roy is the Indian author, right? Best known for her novel titled as The God of the Small Things, right? Which she had written in 1997, and in the same year, that novel has won the Man Booker Prize for Fiction, right? So in the same year, that is 1997, right? Man Booker Prize for Fiction, right? So it is a literary prize which is given for the literature, awarded each year for best original novel written in English language, and I think it was started from 1969, but earlier its name was something Booker McConnell Prize, right? And then in 2002 it has started. I could not get 19. Sahil is writing 1997 to 1981. No, I couldn't get it. What exactly you wanted to convey? Right. Anyway, so Arundhati Roy for right, her novel I don't know, I'm getting calls from some spams. So novel, right, her novel titled The God of Small Things, right? So in 1997 she had written it, and in the same year she won the Man Booker Prize for the fiction, right? That is, it is a prize given for the literature written in English, particularly the novels, right? So this is, again, Arundhati Roy is also a political activist, right? Yes. So, and she was involved in the human rights as well as in the environmental causes, right? So, but the same book has become a best-selling book by the Indian author, right? So, The God of the Small Things. So, if someone wants to read it, so today itself, someone can go through, or someone can start reading it. Fine. Next one, which we can consider, that is about first woman chairman of the State Bank of India. First woman chairman of State Bank of India. And you know, her name is someone, yes, Arundhati. What next? Bhattacharya. Arundhati Bhattacharya. Right. So she was the first woman chairman of the State Bank of India. Right. So now she is retired as and known as the Indian banker, right, or as a former chairman of the State Bank of India. So she was the first woman to be chairman of the State Bank of India. You know, in 2016, because of this title, she was listed as the 25th most powerful woman in the world by the Forbes. You know, the Forbes is doing the survey for 100, what we can say, 100 women or the 100 people, right? So most powerful. So she was listed in that list, and she is the only Indian corporate leader to be listed by the Fortunes, right? That is the world's greatest leaders list, right? And I think in that list she was at number 26. Right? So as a chairman of the first woman chairperson of the State Bank of India, right? Her interview was published by the Harvard Business Review in 2018, right? So it itself is a big achievement which we can consider. Yes, right. So that is the case which we can consider. Fine. Anyway, now next is about the first woman boxer who has won medal in each of the 6 world championships. Right. First woman boxer. You must be knowing the name. Yes, exactly. Right. Won a medal in each of 6 world championships. And the name is Mary Kom. Right. So Mary Kom, fine. She has won it. Right. Then the first Indian woman to win a Women's Tennis Association title, WTA. WTA म्हणल्यानंतर जरा कदाचित लवकर लक्षात येईल. First woman to win, yes, Sania Mirza, to win a Women's Tennis Association, that is WTA title. Sania Mirza. Right. I think we are entering into the end of this session. Maybe few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes might have left. Right. Still, there are certain names which we can consider. For example, the first Indian to win a medal in the badminton at Olympics. Right. Okay. I think around 2 minutes are left, so we can go through 1 or 2 more names. Yes, Saina Nehwal. So first Indian to win a medal in badminton at Olympics. The name is Saina Nehwal. The names which we already know, need not to pay more attention, right? So we have, okay, I think one name I could have gone through. First woman, right? First woman doctor, right? And the name is, कदाचित हे पण तुम्ही शाळेत शिकला असाल. You must have learned. Anandibai Joshi. Anandibai Gopal Rao Joshi. Right. Okay, thanks for. Anyway, so first woman doctor Anandibai Joshi, right, which we can consider. Okay, yesterday